One Friday after school, my friends and I decided to go on the ski trip with my church. We left that night for Macedon Ski Resort. It was about a 5 hour drive from Williamsburg to the place that we were going to be staying for the weekend. When we arrived, my friends and I got to our cabin and then went to go meet up with some of our other friends. We were hanging out until about 10 o'clock at night. At that time, we were all tired from the long drive, so we decided to go to bed at about 10:10. The next morning, my group and I were on the mountain at about 8 o'clock in the morning, before everyone else was. My friends and I were all having a good time, but then my friend Connor decided to go down one of the iciest slopes that day. The run was called Mac Attack, and it was a black diamond, so a bit more difficult than the previous runs that we had done, but nothing that we couldn't handle or nothing we haven't done before. Once we were about halfway down the run, I saw what I absolutely hate: moguls. Moguls are ungroomed parts of a run that are bumpy and made for skiers, not snowboarders. However, I thought that I could get down it no problem. Little did we know, the moguls had zero snow and were all ice. As I had expected, we were falling all over the place. Then we decided to unstrap and try to slide down, for that was how slick it was. Little did we know, however, that that would be our biggest mistake. We unstrapped from our boards and skis, and for the first 5 seconds starting our descent, I was hitting every little bump trying to keep my board from speeding down this mountain and hurting someone else. Then, within a split second, I hit the side of a mogul and spun on my stomach, my board under me. That was when I knew I was done. I double jumped on the mogul and my board flipped on its edge, and bam! The board's edge sent a shock through my entire body, making me unable to move in any way. The right side of my ribs were throbbing, almost like I had broken them. I was screaming in pain. My board was hurtling down the mountain and I couldn't do anything about it. One of my friends who I was snowboarding with, Sam, came over and tried to get me over to the side of the slope where I was safe from other skiers and snowboarders, but I was no help. He dragged me like I was shot, while my other friend, Yastin, went to go get my board. When he got it, he hiked back up and I had to go board down the rest of the mountain, trying to take it as easy but also as fast as possible. As I got down to the base, I leaned up on a pole trying to find the ski patrol. When they found me, I was taken inside and was checked to see if I had broken my ribs like I thought. Thankfully, I only bruised 3 of my ribs, but I was done for the rest of the day and for the rest of the trip. For the remainder of the day, I was lodging with my friends Lacey and Eva. We ended up leaving the resort at about 4 o'clock. When we got back to the cabins, I had to get more ice on my ribs to reduce the pain and the swelling. Afterwards, we walked over to the dining hall to eat dinner. We ate till about 7 o'clock, and then we walked straight over to where we worshipped. We worshipped till about 8:30, and then we got free time. My friends played basketball while I sat with my friend Connor talking and lounging. At around 10 o'clock, more of my friends came and we all sat and talked. The next morning, we headed back for home. During this trip, I learned 3 important things. 1, I learned to check the conditions when going up to the mountains. 2, I learned to think ahead because the next weekend I had a very big swim meet that I almost couldn't swim in. And lastly, I learned who my real friends were. They were the ones who came and made sure I was okay and helped me get off to the side and get me down the mountain.